very much, Sean. We're looking at doing it yourself, but you want to make sure you're doing it right when you do it yourself, and that's why we bring in Cheryld Hood from DIY Chix. We're talking about an intimidating, I'll call it an art form, because you do it really well and it's really, really nice. We're talking about caulking a corner, trying to get that edge just right. Where do we start? Do we start off with what kind of caulk we need?
You really need, depending on the application of where you're going. If you're going outside, look at what you're doing. There's caulking that's specifically formulated for windows, around doors. You know, if you're doing something on the interior, if it's going to be painted, check to see that the caulking is paintable. If it's in a bathroom, make sure it's rated for humidity. If you're new at doing caulking, make sure that you have time to deal with it until it sets on you, because once it dries, you can't really do anything except for very painstakingly take that X-Acto knife and cut it, you know, get it out, clean it off, and that's not a fun job to do.
So I need to make sure that I'm reading my labels and that I understand exactly what kind of job I want to do and what this is for, and I can't go switch them. I can't go, you know, but it'll be fine for the bathroom.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Some people say, oh, this is just good enough, but you have to remember in the bathroom there's such a high humidity. Some of these products really love, mold and mildew, really, really love them. So once you use them, then it's just like you get that lovely, charming blackness around your tub. So it's just being really careful with what you're and how you're applying it. The best in a bathroom is a silicone, a true silicone caulking. Mm-hmm. The rest are acrylic type of caulking. So again, it's just a different formulation on it.
So first off, we make sure we got the right stuff. Yep. Then we want to make sure I got all my right tools lined up.
Exactly.
What do I need?
Well, the first thing you need, outside of the caulking, is the caulking gun. Okay. And I have two styles. This is one I like using. It's just as a preference. This is one that you will find in the hardware stores. This one is probably better, a little bit better for someone who's not used to doing it, because it has a stop in it. So when you press the lever and you let go of it, the caulking isn't forced out. It actually has a bit of release. So you can actually not have, you pull it away and you have that tail of caulking going down.
You're laughing because you haven't done it, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so this is my basic, and you've got the advanced, but this is probably good for most people.
That is perfect for most people. When you're going to buy one that's sort of mid-range. Don't go for the $2 one. I mean, unless it's the only time you're ever going to use a caulking gun. Always look for something that's a little bit better quality that you can. This one I've had for about 10 years and it works fine. This one's a little newer, not that you can actually tell, but
it shows you can tell that it's been used. Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we get our gun. We also want to make sure that we get a little bit of tape handy.
We do have tape, and this is the trick that I do, because sometimes when you're dealing in a bathroom, especially in corners, you have that when they put the surround in or the tiles in, they're kind of higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower. And it's sometimes really hard to get that really perfect line. So just grab a thing of painter tapes. I like the one that's a little bit wider because it gives you a little bit more flex.
Yeah.
And then when you're going to do it, I'll just move this off to the side. When you're going to do it, you just kind of make sure, and just do it to about 1/8 of an inch away from the wall. So just a little bit.
A little bit of space, better to have that caulking down than to have a gap.
Exactly. Make sure you do that, and then you do the same thing on the top. Once it's down, I'm just gonna spin it.
Yeah.
So keep it as straight as you possibly can, and there you've got that. Once you have the caulking in here is actually clear, but this is the type I'm using today just for show.
Sure.
So it'll come out white. So you'll see it. So what you do is just kind of
usually in a corner.
Usually in a corner. Put a little pressure on the handle, and then just put the gun, but try not to put the gun right against the edge, but just kind of keep it just a little bit higher, and just a slow, even pull across. And when you're done, pull it up. And then I release this one because I have to.
Right, so you don't have to keep caulking coming out the end. You'll learn that the hard way, unfortunately for you.
Yeah, and as I said, it's not really easy to clean it up. The other trick is have a bottle of rubbing alcohol. This is 70% alcohol. Have it around, put it on your finger, just dip it in.
And that's how I'm gonna get that smooth edge.
And you just kind of very gently just do it like this, across. And you've got your paper towel here, like that.
As always, lots and lots of paper towels.
Lots of paper towels, because it still will stick to your finger as best you can.
And how long do I let it dry? Do I get just a little bit tacky before I peel my tape?
Actually, peel the tape off as soon as you've got it down,
Okay.
because when you pull it off, you just want to pull it off, and pull it off so you're pulling it up
Away,
and
okay.
away. So you do that, and try and keep it as...
Very nice. Nice edge there. It takes practice. It's as simple as that, and yours is not going to look as good as Cheryl's does, at least not for a very long time. If you'd like to contact DIY Chix, we'll put all the information on breakfasttelevision.ca. Like a Rembrandt. Look at that. Beautiful. Going to take a break. Still plenty to come today on Breakfast Television. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryld Hood. Look at that.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so